Alright, so for those who don't know, we are doing HyperFEST this year with the Fox and hopefully the Supra as well. But in order for that to happen, some things have got to get fixed on these cars, a lot of things that we've just been neglecting or ignoring or just living with. So I guess we'll start in the engine bay, and first thing is going to be I want to do a thermostat, and I want to vacuum bleed it because it I think it's got a bit of air in it. And the battery hold down, it is pretty decent, but it is a little looser than I'd like. And I want to check like power steering fluid, obviously oil, you know, all the normal things. And then really need to do an alignment on it, and you know, make sure the front's how I want it. Just little things like there's a cruise control module right here behind the fender that I'd like to get out. It's just weight and it's just kind of there and I don't need it. Then it's got this massive crack, which I'm sure if you follow my videos you're very familiar with because it appears in all of them. I'm pretty sure VIR is not going to let us run with that, so that is going to have to get fixed. Glass guy can do it for pretty cheap. Then we come around, and if you've never seen the car this much, then I guess it's kind of interesting. The seat is a lot looser than is really safe. Harnesses are a bit aged, but I don't know that in the group I'm running in that'll matter, but I need to get some more pads for it. Other things like all these wires that used to go to the radio and now they go nowhere, and modules like this that I honestly have no idea what they do, and more wiring. Try to clean that up some and possibly get rid of some more of this insulation that's doing nothing. And let's see, also these screws like to back out on the on my hydro handle, and so really need to put those in, Loctite them so they quit coming out. Transmission, if you've heard basically in any of my videos over the last year, you know that it grinds in third. I'd rebuilt it at one point, but it's leaked kind of ever since. So the leak's a problem and the grind is a problem, and at this point I'll probably just try to replace the unit. Because obviously a grind in third is not good, and a leak is not going to be acceptable at VIR, so that really needs to get fixed as well. It's going to be a little tricky though, because now that I've got this bolted in how I do, it's going to be somewhat difficult to get the shifter off and get the transmission out, but other than that it shouldn't be too terrible. And then kind of the big thing is I've had this harness bar for quite a while, and it does the job, and the harnesses are good. I mean, they're in there how they're supposed to be, and despite the flaws of the seat, but I really need a cage. It's so flimsy, and it really just needs to happen, especially if I'm going to take the windshield out, because if I'm going to have this out, then I mean you have to take that out to put a full cage in anyway, so I might as well just do it. I have roughly 3 months to get this done, so and there's guys at the shop that can help me do that, slash do it for me basically. So goal is to get it to come through this opening, or kind of cut this out and use this as where the down bars would go, and then the rest of it would just be kind of a standard cage. Other little things are superficial, like clean up some paint things, and I'd like to paint the calipers red so they match the front, and obviously check fluids and things. And the third brake light kind of works intermittently, so I really need to mess with that, because they say that brake lights have to work. I don't know if it means all of them. If they have, I just don't want to get there and not be able to drive, because that would really suck. So, and then fire extinguisher mount, that's obviously not going to fly. That's going to have to get fixed too. And the Swiss cheese floors that I have going on there and over there, they're probably okay, but it's just, if I'm in there putting a cage in, I might as well, and tidy up some of this harness and things like that, and then finish fixing this from when I hit Bobby. If you remember a video or two ago when I hit him, and that's the damage that it did. It's not really a big deal in terms of, you can kind of see a little bit where it rippled this, but it's not really a big deal. I mean, the biggest issue with it is that I don't want it to rust, as it's actually already started to do down here. So I just need to maybe beat it out a little bit more and paint that, so it won't be an issue anymore, because that would be a problem, because the car's already got enough rust, as we know. And I'd like to put a coat of paint on it here and there, but I mean, it's kind of going to get done as it gets done. Certain things are more important than that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I'm sure there's a few little things I've forgotten, but in general, that's what needs to happen on this car. It just needs to get all the little things that we've been ignoring all these years fixed, so that way it doesn't get, it gets approved. It doesn't get declined or big X when I get there and they say, well, you can't drive. Because I'd like to be able to get some good video for you guys, and I'd like to be able to enjoy the circuit for the weekend. So we shall see. And see Hoonigan out.